Hello and welcome, my slaves of capitalism. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That one hit hard. That one hit home. Well, anyways, it's SJB here, and we've got a wonker of a video for you. Starting in the top left here, we've got the most expensive tower in BT6, the True Sun God. Alright, and as we go down to the far bottom right here, and there is a specific order even though they're really stupid looking, they get less and less expensive, with the Legend of the Night, the Super Mines, the Sun Temple, the Flying Fortress, the Anti-Balloon, the Ray of Doom, and the Ultra Boost, and the Mad. Now, just as a heads up, this was all organized based on total cost of all upgrades up until that point, not just the last upgrade cost. For example, the Ray of Doom cost $86,000, but the Anti-Balloon is going to cost only $75,000, but totally he is more expensive, so he is a higher total cost here. Any which way, I want to ask you guys a quick question. What's the most expensive tower that we can two-tower chimps with? Let's have some fun with it. Now that we're locked into third tiers, we're going to show you guys the easiest, most expensive two-tower chimps in possibly the entirety of the game. First, you get a boomerang. Get him to the top path, glaive ricochet, more glaives with red hot rings, and you also get a Hydra rocket pods with more powerful dart. More powerful? It's just powerful darts. Powerful darts. And you kind of just ride the lightning. The only real problem in the early game is making sure you have enough Moab popping power, which means you have to micro like a tiny bit, depending on your positioning here. But realistically, it should be just fine here, and we're going to save up for a Glaive Lord as soon as we possibly can. The mild issue is you have to pop all the camos with this Hydra Rocket Pods, and you also have to pop all of the Moab layer with the Hydra Rocket Pods, which means, again, like, is it crazy micro? No, it's not like I'm doing anything crazy fancy or anything like that, but I do have to make sure I'm actually paying attention here instead of just letting the game play for itself for most of the time. But guess what? I've already got $28,000, only another $3 grand here to get a Glaive Lord, and then that is it for a long time, because he can take down Moabs and BFBs, and even most of the Zoma God all by himself here. Alright, round 56, Glaive Lord is up, and we're good to go. By the way, I really don't know about this Dartling Gun spot. I think normally I would put the Dartling Gun up the top right corner over here, and just let him shoot him down a straight line, but I thought, you know what, this was going to be tricky maybe, and I'd have to do some sort of weird, like, micro, or I have to aim things over here, something like that, make sure I pop the balloons at the right time. But that has not been necessary at all. Glaive Lord's been soloing everything. I still have a Hydra Rocket Pods with no micro. Literally, I left and I ate a brownie. I am back now. I've got the Mad. I think I'm just going to aim it straight backwards here and see if we can just dominate everything besides maybe, like, the bad. What else could possibly kill us at this point? I feel like no matter how great a run is going, you still have to show off 98, 9 kind of 100. I mean, you just can't ignore it. You have to show it off. You have to talk about it like a little bit here, and this is the power of the Mad. Glaive Lord combo. Round freaking 98, no micro, aiming down the back of the screen here. We annihilate DDT. One wraparound. Oh, we can lose. Okay, all right. So you do need to do something, I guess. You know, every once in a while you'll have to turn around or whatnot. Make sure that you don't die to the DDTs. And then for this bad, holy crap, check this out. Check this out. Watch this. Ability. Woo, whoop. This is the only Mad ability that I use the entirety of the game here. Alright, so easy run is easy. So we can at least do it with a Mad, and that's a pretty expensive tower. This tower cost was $78,195. So can we beat it? So this is an interesting one, because Ultra Boost itself, the big problem with it is that all of the other upgrades are fairly cheap. I mean, we've got a $13,500 overclock here, which is reasonably expensive, but then we've got Ultra Boost at $72,000. Now, I remember doing this challenge a long time ago, and I failed at it. But Ninja Kiwi, they buffed him. They buffed him, and they buffed him again. So maybe that challenge that I did a long time ago is now a lot easier. Obviously, the Ultra Boost Engineer is going to be a pretty pricey tower. He's going to be about $94,000 to buy that Ultra Boost. But likely, you're not going to want to buy that first. You're going to want to buy your other tower first, which is kind of the big issue with the Ultra Boost. You have to decide, do you want to go for a reasonably expensive tower but never actually get the Ultra Boost to be used ever? And just like say, well, I did it with the Ultra Boost. Or are you better off going with a fairly cheap tower, actually getting the Ultra Boost to be used, and then powering them up? And I think that's the better option. So we want to go for a fairly cheap-ish tower so we can afford the Ultra Boost in time to actually use it, ideally. Now, I don't know what the best towers are, but there's a couple that I had in mind here that I wanted to kind of try. I was thinking maybe Crossbow Master. I was thinking maybe Pirate Lord, because we get it a really good map here. Again, fairly cheap, fairly reasonable over here. I was thinking maybe Sky Shredder, but I think it's a little too pricey for us. I don't think we're going to get the Ultra Boost in time here, and I think the Sky Shredder probably would lose before that. So I'm not sure about that guy. And then, lastly, I was thinking the 2 Wizards. Pod might work. Archmage might work. And also, actually, another one would be possibly Glaive Lord. So there's like a lot of options that are like, I'm a maybe. I don't know how it's all going to work out. So I figured the safest bet for me for the first round here is going to be what I did in the olden days, which is that Archmage. So I think what I got to do is I have to put him down on round 31 finally. I think I'm going to try to put him closer to the bottom of the map, right about here. I want the Wall of Fire to be right down here. I kind of want it to be on the corner here, but I'm afraid of round 95. Let's put it on the corner. No. Yeah, no. Let's put it on the corner. All right, so here it is. We got it on the corner. We got that Wall of Fire Wizard. We're going to go for the Guided Magic, Arcane Blast, Arcane Mastery, and we're just going to start going for the Arcane... I didn't need to put it on the corner. I could just aim at the Wall of Fire. What am I thinking? Woo! Okay, let's hope that doesn't bite us in the butt, because we're already in. We're already in it, boys. At this point, though, we want to... Yeah, is this going to screw me over? Because I can't reach the top. Oh, it's going to screw me. I got to restart. I forgot to get the Cleansing Foam in time. Okay, I think I got it. Finally. Arcane Mastery here. Going to reach at least over here. I don't remember if Archmage gets more range, but if I get any extra range, awesome. I'll take it. And I am going to go for the Wall of Fire combo here. And because I'm going the top path, the only thing I have to worry about here is obviously the Cleansing Foam. Can it decamo everything until I get an Archmage? Yeah, it's got to be a thing. Besides the gaff we had with Wizard positioning and round 24 randomly killing us, things have been a breeze, actually. Check this out. We got enough money for the Archmage already. Yeah. Now, like, technically, we could start saving up and trying to get the Ultra Boost, but I just know it's not going to work. I'm not going to waste my time on it. I'm going to go Archmage instead. It doesn't give me any extra range, so this is okay. We can still hit Moabs and Bloons in this area over here, which is fine by me. And now, it is a waiting game. So this is a 2 Terror Chimps Ultra Boost combo. Now, we know we can afford this Archmage and this Ultra Boost together, but on what round can we actually afford them? Probably in the mid-ish 90s. So, oh crap, 62. I don't like this, bro. I got him on first right now. This is going to be indicative of what's going to happen on round 95 as well, which scares me a little bit. But it worked at least for 62, so that's a good sign. So far, so good. We are currently $17,000 away from our overclock. Still haven't had to do any like direct micro or anything. Archmage is kind of just dominating, which is kind of cool. In fact, I haven't even used an overclock on my Archmage yet, and he's still winning the game so far, which is really impressive. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be able to get this on round 94. So what I want to do is I want to take this as slow as possible. I want my Ultra Boost to be ready. I think that if I buy the Ultra Boost, I can just upgrade it, but I don't remember if it takes away the ability right away. It'd be silly if it does, but it's possible that it does. And if I buy it, this is also a very sketchy thing to do. So Ultra Boost, does it go away? Come on, 760 bucks. Need more money. So I buy the Ultra Boost, and then I use the Ultra Boost. I just have to be careful here. Because guess what happens? If I don't have the Ultra Boost ready to go on round 95, I might end up losing to round 95 to Purple Bloons, because I think I might need to Ultra Boost my Ultra Boost, which sounds stupid. It sounds idiotic. Sounds like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but it might literally be a thing here. So even though my ability's going to come back and I can probably Ultra Boost my Archmage again, I am not going to do that. I'm going to wait. All right, till the end of the round here and give myself at least the option for round 95. I can try to boost this guy and then switch over if I don't need it. Let's try that first. I'd rather boost my Archmage, but if I can't stop these purples, then I have to swap. So anyways, to start off, I have to decamo with the Cleansing Foam or decamo with the Archmage. Then I need this guy to specifically pop the purple layer, and he's on first, and that's just not happening. The Archmage is doing nothing, and we lose. Okay, that was expected, kind of. Just as a heads up, this was the video that I probably worked the hardest on in the entirety of 2024, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys want to hook me up with a like. If you want to subscribe because you're enjoying the content, that would be absolutely wonderful. And lastly, again, if you want to support me as a creator, as a human, you can use my creator support code over here by typing in SJB. I really appreciate it, guys, and enjoy this ridiculous video. So the question is, can we boost this guy and have him win against the Purple Bloons? That would be amazing! I'd really, really, really like that. In addition, let's move our fire over here instead and see if that is enough here. Oh my god, Ultra Boost, and the Ultra Boost is amazing now. I remember I did this exact same strategy, and I could not make it work. It just would not let me pop the purples. So now, ideally, I can Ultra Boost the Archmage after this now, and it'll be okay. Ooh, we do have some purples trying to get through over here. Randomly, they got popped somehow, though. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know what's popping them. Looks like the fire was popping them. Anyways, yeah, we're good to go. We can Archmage, Archmage the Ultra Boost. Now we can Ultra Boost the Archmage now, leave the fire back in its OG position here, and we are on a chance for an easy-ish 2-tower chimps with the Ultra Boost. That's cool. We've done an absolutely perfect job with our abilities, and for round 98, we're going to do the Archmage again for a 7 times Ultra Boost. We might make it to 10 times Ultra Boost by the end of this game, but I'm not sure. I've been leaving him on first so far. It's been working quite well. I don't know if that's going to randomly change here. We're having to do some weird strong targeting or something like that, but we've been straight up dominating so far. The real problem will be, will round 100 still go down with just an Archmage for popping these balloons? I don't know. I don't know. That could be tricky. But so far, going swell. I'm going to go for the 9th Ultra Boost, and that is going to be an easy 10 times Ultra Boost here. I could Ultra Boost my Ultra Boost a second time, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to continue with my 10 times Ultra Boost here. All right, round 99 should be really easy. Archmage is great against CDTs. Let's finish that off with a, boom, 10 times Ultra Boost against the bad here. Hopefully the timing isn't wrong on that. All right, here we go. Oh, he's going to defeat this thing easily. It was like 7,000, 10,000 damage, 15,000 damage. We're like more than halfway there already. He's just about to blow. There's the DDTs are done. Oh my gods are done. And a 2-tower chimps with the Ultra Boost is not only doable, but actually pretty easy. Like, not much micro, not much of anything going on here. It was simplistic-ish. Kind of fancy that. A huge change from what happened, I don't know, many, many years ago with my Ultra Boost nonsense. Even though it probably seems ridiculous, the next most expensive tower beyond the Ultra Boost is the Ray of Doom. This guy is going to be $104,545, which is approximately $10,000 more expensive than the Ultra Boost. Oh boy! I truly don't know where the best positioning for this is. The 4 corners are probably the best. You know, we've got like the corner up here, maybe here. We've got the corner over here. We've got the corner over here, or the corner up here. I don't know which one's the best corner, but I feel like I have the most control by doing it over here. Maybe here. I probably have the most control by doing it down here. The only thing is I have this little tiny area where I can't see it from here or here, which kind of sucks. But I'm going to do it anyways. Probably have the most control. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do it here. We're going to go for the Pod Rod combo. Now, in this situation, we have to get the Ray of Doom. The Ray of Doom is going to cost us $104,000 total. So we have to make sure that we get something else that's going to cost significantly less than that. And usually, the way it's going to go down is if you're going to do that, you have to buy the other tower first. You usually cannot afford that super expensive tower first. You have to get something else to start the game off with. And I think it would be pretty cool to go for a pod. I think it's going to be a really effective tower for our team. It's probably one of the best 2-tower chimps towers in the game. It doesn't have any weaknesses. It's pretty decent against Moabs, decent against Bloons. It's kind of got the biggest weakness against big Bloons, which is awesome because that's exactly what this guy is good for. Plasma Accelerator can focus on a Oh My God or a BFB or whatever and actually do pretty significant damage. Then once we get that Ray of Doom, that just amplifies it even further. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully it goes well. So far, going all right. Let's see if we can push it. Okay, our first hiccup. Did not realize this was going to be a thing, but I do not have lead popping power. So the problem is I can't pop round 25 without purple popping power. I need the base Startling Gun, but I can't pop around 28 without the lead popping power. How do we resolve this? So this is a bit of an interesting question, conundrum, whatever you want to talk about here. I don't know the right answer, but I have to pick one. So, obviously, we've got the unpopped army. We have to go Wall of Fire to stop the lead balloons, right? We cannot go for the Guided Magic, which limits our range a little bit here, but it's still good enough to get a start back here, which is what I really wanted. But now we have the question of, well, if this guy is a full camo detector and can almost entirely solo the DDTs, then do we need a tower that has camera detection at all? Or should we just go for the powerful darts or the powerful accelerator? Holy crap, that's actually kind of a good question. This is going to be kind of a weird little, like, side thing. I want to see which is better against a single big blue. This is not necessarily for the bad itself, but for a oh my god or a reinforce oh my god or something that I might have to fight here. What's going to be better against a big balloon like this? So, to be honest, very powerful, just overall. Both of them seem like they're doing a pretty good job because this bad is real. And after a little while, the faster barrel spin is going to get about 5,000, and the more powerful dart is only getting about 3,200. So against a single balloon, significantly better for faster barrel spin. But what if we're fighting a realistic round that might not be affordable yet? Like we have to try to take down round 94 and popping balloons while also popping oh my gods and all the other stuff. So I reset the pop count really quickly. I'm going to try to pop as many balloons as we possibly can here. And see if we just go through a lot of balloons here, let like the pod like clean up a lot of the lower layers on the bottom and just see what ends up happening kind of at the end of this round. Like after all the balloons stick through that the pod would normally be killing right now. We're just kind of aiming things. So, oh my god, it's near the end here. Clearly still not dominant whatsoever. And I think really soon I just got to call it. Gonna end the round. Let's kill the balloons. Let's pretend like the pod cleaned up the rest. And with this, Plasma Accelerator ended up with 57,000 with faster barrel spin and only 42,000 with powerful darts. I think I have to go faster. I just have to. Plus, it gives me camera detection, so that's a buff. Back to this game. So, obviously, does that mean that there's no reason to ever get powerful darts? I don't know. I'm not saying that there's never a reason to get it. But I am saying, based on my 2 quick tests that I did there, it'd be better against a single target and seemingly better against lots of things going on all at the same time. So, I'm okay with this. And this is what I would have expected to get in most situations anyways. Plus, I get that bonus of having that camera detection, which definitely doesn't hinder me whatsoever. Technically, we do have a small purple weakness, but it seems like we're taking that down for now. Guess what? Plasma Accelerator is officially up at round 47. And now we have to save up for a $28,000 tower and then an $86,000 tower. Oh my god, that seems pretty crazy when we're already halfway through the game, dude. We're almost at round 50 already, and we don't have anything. By the way, I don't want to like toot my own horn or anything, but I got to admit, I really like my positioning here. I do hit the Moabs and the balloons as it crosses through this little threshold right here, and if I put him a little too close, he might not have been able to. So either way, I'm not saying like, oh my god, it's a crazy awesome job or anything, but definitely not upset with it. All right, some mild micro required, but we've got the pod now on round 61. Feeling pretty juice-tastic. So normally in free play rounds or 80 plus, things get fairly tricky for us because this guy loses a lot of his oomph. A lot of his momentum that we've got kind of gained throughout the rest of the game here is just gone. He's bad against Super Ceramics. Super Ceramics come out after round 80, so it's scary. Now we have to save up another $36,000, knowing that the Plasma Accelerator just got, I don't want to say bad, but significantly worse. The good news is even though he's bad against Super Ceramics, he's still pretty decent against the Moab layers here. So we're hoping we can combine these two guys together in a wonderful way where he pops the Moabs and he pops the balloons, and we can modulate how many Moabs are getting popped by using the Plasma Accelerator a little less or more, depending on what we need to pop. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. We had a scare around here. Around 87 was tricky. I didn't end up actually losing, but the problem was I'm running out of graveyard sometimes. And I have to basically modulate how I'm using not only my Ray of Doom, but also this guy's balloons to make sure that I end up killing the balloons closer to inside of his range to keep his graveyard up. And if I don't have the graveyard for the next round up, I can actually lose in the next round and just completely ruin my run, which is not fun. So it's a tricky, I don't know, just a balance here, I guess, to make sure that we're doing what we want to do and making it happen. The crappy thing is we're still over $10,000 away from this next upgrade. We need 86.4, and we're just about to break 76 here. So that sketches me out when we've got DDTs and stuff coming out. And luckily, the pod's usually pretty good against DDTs. Round 90, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Round 93, though. Round 95. Oh, man, that's definitely a lot more sketch, to say the least. A lot more sketch. I am actually liking this random positioning right here, though. Randomly, the BFBs tend to like end right where the balloons are dying right over here, which is cool. And I end up keeping my graveyard up pretty high over here. So, not like in love with it, but good enough for me, dude. Luckily, I think 94, if we can survive 294, we should get enough money here. 94 is a huge balloon round. And I don't like this, but it's still going good enough. We can kind of shoot through a lot of layers here. Oh, we're going to aim this on my gods, though. Gotta aim this on my gods. 100% necessity. Don't want the thing to run out. Okay. It's looking good enough here. Looks like we're going to manage this time around. 2,000 graveyard still left. Got to try to keep things inside of the graveyard here. 3,000. Good. Two more guys left, though. All right. We're almost there with the money. Once we get a Ray of Doom, though, it's game over. Ray of Doom equals we win. We don't have to worry about just about anything else at that point. It is GG. We need another $1,000 here, and we have made it happen. 2 tower chimps with the frickin' oh god. Don't get ahead of myself here. Don't get ahead of myself. T to T's. A few more BFBs to pop. Which is actually significantly more sketch than I'd like it to be. We're low on graveyard right now because the balloons are getting too far, actually. I have to move this guy back now. I have 86,300, 400. Ray of Doom is up! Woo! Right on a scary round here. And now I've got a freaking Ray of Doom, which I did not know you could shoot through the log. It's actually kind of cool. Not that I want to, but it's just kind of cool to know that you can do that. All right, I don't see myself losing at this point. I think I can just aim straight down here and probably win everything, but let's see what happens. So interestingly enough, if we ended up trying to go pod with our next tower here, we would not be able to afford it until round 96 because the anti-balloon is $13,000 more expensive than the Ray of Doom. So while it is possible, we could go Ray of Doom and pod combo, we have to make sure that that Ray of Doom could help us survive until past round, or not Ray of Doom, the Technological Terror could help us survive past round 95 here. That's sketchy. We might have to find an alternative route, man. Or maybe we could try it. Maybe we could do a pod anti-balloon 2 TC. Make it happen. Luckily, 98's pretty reasonably simple here. No micro issues there. 99, you guys know it, man. We're not going to be fighting too hard here. Round 100 should actually be easy. Ray of Doom's actually pretty good against a single target. They buffed it, I don't want to say recently, but they buffed it in a somewhat recent update, so a single target does way more damage. Even though it used to be bad against the bad balloon, it is now officially not only good against the bad balloon, it's pretty dominant against the bad balloon. And Ray of Doom will make this round easy. We take it down. Another 2-tower chimps run with a more expensive tower than last time is possible. So next up, we've got the anti-balloon. So the anti-balloon is going to cost a whopping $117,000. So yeah, maybe a pod could be possible here, but maybe that's not the right answer. Maybe we use a hero. Now the nice thing about using a hero is they're so much cheaper. So if you get a cheaper tower to start off, that means you're going to get that 5th tier earlier, which means you're much more likely to beat the game. Because once you get that 5th tier, that expensive of tower is pretty much an automatic win. I mean, the only, think about it. An anti-balloon, a flying fortress, a sun temple, a super mines, a legend of the night, you are not losing on chimps, but you're not losing until round 100, okay? So that's where we're at right now. I think that the best thing to do is to try to do it faster. To try to get that anti-balloon quicker by using a hero instead of a tower. We don't have to spend that full $28,000 that way. We can only spend $650. The question is, can we survive that long with just a hero? Is a hero better than a pod? I don't know. I would say probably could be. Could be, but we do have our weaknesses. For example, at around 28 and 30, we didn't have the lead popping power yet. We currently do not have that lead popping power yet automatically. For all of our lead popping power, we have to use either Sada's ability, or we have to decide that we want to go for our Plasma Blast early. And if I don't do that, then I won't get any lead popping power until I get a Tech Terror. Oof. Now that's freaking ridiculous, dude. Can we survive until we get a Tech Terror with only Sada doing lead popping power? I don't know yet, but I'm gonna try. So every single time lead balloons come out, we can launch on top of them right here and see if we can pop them all. Oh, poo. Round 38 is pretty difficult. Okay, so we didn't have our ability ready to go right away. Luckily, it does come back kind of quick enough for me to jump on them, I think, right about... No! No! We're gonna swap Sada to strong, then jump on him right there. That worked. And that's going to pop the Leads on 38. And hopefully we don't have a problematic 39. So good news is we can go for a Robo-Monkey very early. That's not a problem. The problem is do we decide to go for the knockback Ultra Vision or do we go for the Laser Blast Plasma Blast? And unfortunately, we're going to need more camo detection because Sada cannot solo the rest of the game. I think. With Camo Bloons. I think. I actually don't know for sure, but maybe she can. Maybe we could go Laser Blast Plasma Blast, but we can't yet. Can we? Can we? I don't know, actually. I really don't know what the better combo is. I would assume this one, but with Tech Terror, you could insta-kill all the balloons inside your radius there, so that could be a camo detection help when we need it. Intriguing. Yes, the ability can kill DDTs, and that means it can hit camo, so that's kind of cool. Another tough round is round 51. If I don't get any extra camo help here, can Sada clean them all up with an ability? Looks like she can! We're freaking ridiculous, man. And we're going to have a Tech Terror ability here by 56, so we should have camo problems solved for quite a while here, I think. So far, we haven't had any major issues. This is probably the biggest issue so far. We have to deal with camos and purples and Moebs all together, and Sada just randomly hit that, which was somehow the first balloon. I don't understand that, but okay. This is one of the first rounds we're starting to struggle on, round 79. It's not like we're doomed or anything, but definite ability usage for sure. And we are, believe it or not that far away from Anti-Balloon. We're only less than 25k away, and we've got it. Now, we've done it without any other cross paths as well, which is even more impressive. So this could be like a mid-80s thing if we could just manage that. We're golden. Definitely have to watch our abilities, though. This is quite ridiculous now, especially with Sada's Sword Charge not being super powerful against these Super Ceramics. Like, we can easily end up losing them, but this TT ability is still rock frickin' solid. 15k away now. Guess what? Round 84, we land the Anti-Balloon. That's way earlier than I thought I were going to get it, to be honest. And now we get to decide if we want the top path or the bottom path, and I think the easy answer for us is the bottom path. Now, I could have got this way earlier, probably made a couple rounds easier for myself, but it was not really that important. And now I'll have the camera chase for the rest of the game, so I wouldn't even have to micro with my ability on round 95 or 99 or anything. It's just like an auto win. And there it is. 2 Tower Chimps with the Anti-Balloon as well, baby. Well, shouldn't call it before it happens. As usual, I love to show off round 98, 99, and 100 if possible. And here it is. I'm going to use Sada's first ability here. Second ability. I've got them on last and first. It seems like they are strong enough against the Super Ceramics that it doesn't really matter much, but this is not an easy automatic win here. I did have my ability, though, which don't forget, it's freaking huge here. Alright, DDTs, this is what I was afraid of. Like if I needed to use my ability on something, I would have expected on round 99, but no, it's not. Ooh, random ceramic sneaking through, but it doesn't matter. And we get to the bad balloon. So you can just watch this thing skyrocket up with all these crit shots, but if you want to get a little extra damage here, boink, just get like 6,000 damage with that thing. And it'll probably wrap around with user ability again if it doesn't pop in time. And it looks like round 100. DDT's done. Oh my god, done. There it is. 2 Tower Chimps with the Anti-Balloon can be done. $117,000 on a single upgrade. Next up, we've got the 2 Tower Chimps with the Flying Fortress of Doom. I don't know why I'm saying all scary like a vampire or something. Dracula. No, the Flying Fortress of Doom, it's a fan-freaking-tastic tower. Everybody knows how amazing it is, but it's also really expensive. I don't think we can do it with another random tower, but could we do it with, again, a Sada play? Great question. We've got Sada going in the same exact position as last time. We're able to get a Spectre in time for round 49 without the cross path, which just gives us options. If we run into a camo detection issue, boop, we can pop that down. If we run into a popping power issue, we can pop that down. If we run into a DDT issue, though, we lose. We need the Flying Fortress before DDTs, or we need Sada to solo the DDTs, otherwise we lose. So I'm hoping that happens, but honestly, I don't know. We just made it into the 80-plus rounds. Things are still going pretty great. No help needed at all, but we need that money. We need $13,000 for this Flying Fortress, or we are doomed in the next 7 rounds. Unfortunately, round 85 and 87 are big balloons. They're some of gods, but they do not give a lot of money. So, admittedly, I'm like a little bit afraid. I gotta hope that maybe it's possible that Sada can just clear. Oh, no, here we go. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. 84. That's what I'm talking about. Give me that big fat load of money right there. Oh, yeah, that felt good. All right, we're only $2,000 away now. Oh, my God, yes! So, again, we probably could have made it easier on ourselves by going for the exploding pineapple and the camo detection here, but boom, flying fortress is available. We cannot lose. We just can't lose, man. Now, if I accidentally got rapid fire right there, we would have automatically lost. But the big issue is the 4th tier does not pop black balloons in general. The 5th tier does. So now that we have cam detection and black popping power, DDTs are done, and every single balloon that possibly is going to come through here is just obviously just going to get exploded. I mean, look at this. DDTs, just check them out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Done. Did a few like inches of coming on the screen here. To be honest, watching DDTs get smoked like that just feels good. Again, I don't even want to say that this was that tough of a run. You know, some of these 2 Tower Chimps runs, I'm just like, oh, man, I've been fighting for them. But the expensive tower so far, besides the Ultra Boost, has actually gone pretty swell. I think partially because Sawda's just so good. You know, any run that I think I could have done Sawda Mad, I probably could have done Sawda Ray of Doom, probably could have done, but then we did Sawda Anti-Blue, Sawda Flying Fortress, so boom. Like, Sawda Ultra Boost, though, probably a no. I think that's a fair thing to say. The question is, can we do the same thing, but with the next most expensive tower, which is the Sun Temple? I got to be honest with y'all. I think that's a no. I don't think we can. That guy's gonna be $137,000, $16,000 more expensive than even the Flying Fortress run. Whew. So we have to ask ourselves a couple of questions here. First of all, if we were going to get a Super Monkey, and we were going to turn it into a temple, would it be a 2 Tower Chimps if we sacrificed a tower? Would that be a 1 Tower Chimps, because we ended the game with only 1 tower on the screen? Ooh, now we're getting fancy with it. Technically, according to the challenge, any additional tower that you build and or sacrifice would count towards an extra tower. So if you built a door or something and sacrificed 24 different towers, you'd build 25 towers, not just the ending amount. Otherwise, you could 1 Tower Chimps Adora just by sacrificing your 2nd tower during the battle. So that's off. But if we don't build a new tower, it doesn't really matter. We can still 2 Tower Chimps with only 1 tower at the end of the game. Now that does get interesting here a little bit. So what that means is that we have to build our wizard in a spot that can be out of range of our Super Monkey here, or just know that we have to sacrifice it. So we have to ask ourselves, is it worth it to sacrifice? So on Monkey Meadow, here is a temple with a sacrificed pod. It's going okay. We're getting a lot of send back here. Obviously, we go a little bit better on logs, most likely. We just have a little bit more room to deal with the stuff. But honestly, our popping power is a little bit limited here. We got a lot of send back, but the limitations are pretty grand. I don't want to say for certain, but to me it looks like the better option would be to go for a temple, leave it there, and then also get a pod. But it's very difficult, and honestly, it kind of sucks that watching on Monkey Meadow, we're just watching ourselves pretty much get owned by round 98. Yeah, that's not fun. So, honestly, a little bit scared here about how this is going to go down, if it's possible at all. So I was able to afford both the Wall of Fire and the Monkey Sense upgrade before round 25, and a Super Monkey. And those were all necessities, because we needed the cam detection from this monkey. The Super Monkey would not have had it. And then the Super Monkey needs the purple popping power, which we would have not had with the Wizard. So it's almost perfection as a start here. In addition, we did need to go for the Wall of Fire Wizard to make sure we could pop round 28 leads, which is another thing that we had to think ahead on. So we didn't screw that up either. Yeah! Really beefing myself up here. So the coolest thing about this strategy is that I officially have purple popping power already, so I can easily go for my Plasma Blast and my Sun Avatar, which Sun Avatar would not have purple popping power because I don't have the Monkey Knowledge activated to give it purple popping power. I know that seems silly, but it's a thing that you kind of have to note here. Now, as far as the cross path goes, we could go either way. We could go knockback if we want to slow things down just a little bit. But we don't need the camera detection. So we're probably better off going for more popping power. That means we can get the super range, and then, uh-oh. What about epic range? Now, I didn't specifically think about this exactly. I just put this tower here where I thought it should work, and now I'm wondering if I should buy or not buy the epic range, or if it's even worth it, because realistically, I'm better off trying to get a true sun god faster, or rather, the sun temple faster. So I don't know. I guess it's best just to wait until I absolutely need something, right? Uh-oh, round 54 is tricky. Got a lot of balloons here. We already lost them once this time around. I switched my Super Monkey from strong back to first, and it is allowing us to survive this time around. So we can survive round 55 as well, because if we can, that means we can go for our pod first, which is 100%, in my opinion, a necessity for this run. If we don't get the pod, we are not making this happen, because Sun Avatar is not the best tower ever. In fact, it's one of the more terrible, in my opinion, third-tier towers in the game. Like, I try to dodge it whenever possible. I just don't like it. All right, Robo Monkey, superior. Dark Knight, in my opinion, superior. It's just best against balloons, and that's about it. To me. So anyways, we're going to go for that pod. Boop, just like that. That leaves us with another $21,000, and then another $108,000 for a total cost of $137,160. Is that even right? I might even be wrong, man. I don't know. That's a lot of freaking money, man. Wow. Kind of interestingly enough, we have survived through round 80 without even getting the Sun Avatar, just the pod. I don't want to say soloing, but we're pretty freaking close. 22,000 pops compared to our 318,000 pops. So we're going to finally buy that Sun Avatar. We may have to start microing this guy to make sure the balloons pop specifically in his range. It's kind of nice that if I leave this guy like I'm close or something, he'll specifically aim the balloons that are close here. So that will also allow the graveyard to do more damage, hopefully, and keep him alive. Don't have to really pay attention to that too much right now, but later on in the game, that could be a thing. Now, we need another $80,000. This is the problem area. Now, if this doesn't work, I mean, this is going to be like a late round 90 situation, and we're already, like, struggling on 81. I don't see how it can be done, dude. But if it does work, not only do we have to get the Sun Temple, we have to make sure the Sun Temple doesn't make us worse by absorbing the wrong tower and making us lose the game. And I can't buy the epic range, so well, I could test out the epic range if I wanted to. I could just exit out of the game, but I can't buy the epic range automatically without knowing that for sure it will not suck this guy up, because that could kill us long term. Ugh. Too many problems here. This is round 94, and we're starting to get pretty beef-tastic here. The graveyard is also getting kind of messed up a little bit. I could mess with it a little bit right now, but because things are just going good enough here, with randomly a close Super Monkey, I'm gonna let it play out until we lose. Again, like, it looks so sketch, but, like, it just works, dude. And that graveyard keeps on rocketing up. We've got a couple more Zoma Gods to go here. Feels so weird to leave them on strong, by the way. And by the way, 80, we need 28,000 to 30K. That's it. That's it. I mean, we're on 94, though. We've got freaking round 95 coming up here. Okay. We need a big graveyard here at the end, so I'm really hoping to have the big graveyard. Back to first, not on close. Graveyard, yes. Max graveyard. At the end, pop them. Uh-oh, too many balloons there at the end here. Oh my god, pop them. Yes. Just like that. Oh, baby. All right, so round 95, I'm going to leave it. Just going to let it ride. See what happens. Usually leaving them right there and just let him do as many cross paths as possible is usually the best play for the DDTs. They're so fast, they actually run into all of your zombie bullets. It's kind of weird, but it just works that way. All right, with the Sun Avatar help. No epic range. Round 95. Round 95 is looking pretty rough right now. A lot of Moabs are actually eating up these BFBs right now, but it looks pretty good still. And we do manage, magically, $20,000 away. But we got a couple of really tough rounds coming up. Believe it or not, round 96 is probably not the toughest round, even though we can lose to it. Round 97 is probably tougher, even though it's not normally a tough round. because they're big balloons and the pod isn't very good against them. So again, I have to make sure that I have a high and a graveyard at the end here, ideally. 3,000 would be perfect, at least mess around with it and like make sure, confirm that it's not my fault that we lost this game. It's just the problem with the game here. But this is admittedly not great. I don't know how to pop more balloons inside this range, but I'm going to leave the Super Monkey on first for now. I'll put him on last for a quick second. And pop back to first. I need to pop balloons right here. We're down to 2,000 graveyard. Okay. I mean, the balloons are going to be sneaking through here, so it's a thing. Back up, almost to 3,000. Almost 3,000. Not quite 3,000. 3,000. Good, 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 good. 3,000. Good. 2,900. Good enough for me. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to swap this to over here. And we got to start damaging these Oh My Gods already, because the Sun Avatar probably cannot take down these small balloons here. Let's move them over here, just like that. We're already doing Moabs, man. This is the problem. Whew. Let's move them back over here. Cycle through as much as possible. Now, Sun Avatar does not do nothing, but it just does not do a great job, even against these big balloons. It's kind of its weakness, too. Okay, pod, we're going to move you down over here again. And I'm just going to have to leave the pod maybe over here and see if we can shoot back some balloons or something, but it's really not a good spot anymore. There's no great spot for the pod here. Yeah, we're still getting some Moab damage. There we go. But I need the balloons to wrap around now, specifically before the pod disappears, ideally. Oh, man, we're only $10,000 away, too. Oh. Okay, okay, okay. Get the pod going. Put the pod at the back. Pod at the back. I don't have any pod action anymore. No more pod action. First, I need to pop some balloons in range of the pod, otherwise it's GG. We got a little bit of pod action, but that's not enough. Oh. First things first. Can I get the epic range? I think I can. I can get the epic range. That might make it a little harder for 98, but maybe it'll help me out just enough for 97 to get us through here. In addition, we can go for an even closer front-loaded pod here right from the get-go and just see if we can make some crap happen. So, move back just a little bit here. Why is he sending out little balloons? BFBs. BFBs only. That's what I want to see. BFBs. All right. Move it down here. BFBs, BFBs. Getting them on corners can actually do more damage randomly. All right, move it down here. Out of Moabs already. Oh, my God. Why, dude? Okay, move it up here. And then I think I'm going to leave it there until they wrap around all the way. I like the corner shots whenever possible. I still have 600 graveyard, 500 graveyard. We're going to swap it now to this spot in just a second. And there it is. Oh, that's actually not a bad spot, the cross path here. Swap it back over here. And let's see what happens. This is probably going to be the exact same thing as last time. 0 graveyard. Dunzoed. Moabs popping out. Can't kill him. Popping too many balloons at once. Move this guy to the very back now. We got some balloons. 25. 100,000. Ooh, it's close. If I can just build that back up to a couple thousand, we should be good. But I got to do this so perfect. I'm going to try a couple more times. This felt about as close to perfect as I could have possibly gotten it. I mean, I can even do some more over here, but I didn't even realize they can cross paths over here. Oh, yeah. That's a really good spot, too. They add some extra pod action. And then we can clean up maybe a few more balloons over here and actually pop some things, possibly. If this doesn't get it, though, I don't know what else to do. Throw it to the very back? Unless we pop too many balloons at once, that's a real problem. 14, 600, 700, 1,000? Dang it, it's still not enough even with the 1,000 graveyard. There's too many balloons all at once. No way to split them up. $3,000, 3,000 graveyard. Ooh. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? No way. Oh my God, I'm losing some graveyard, but I think I gotta keep it. I think I gotta keep it wherever it is. Ooh, we freaking did it! Now it's not over. It's not over by a long shot, but that was a toughie. I didn't think we were going to make it through. And now, oh baby, we need to get 12 grand on this round and we can buy the Sun Temple. So, yeah. That's some crazy news here, but can we beat round 98 or can we get 12 grand on round 98? Those are two questions that I don't think, I don't know if those are answers that can be answered at all, but we'll give it a shot. Believe it or not, Pod is actually really good against reinforced balloons, so this is not that big of a deal. In fact, round 98 doesn't seem that much more difficult than round 96 or round 94, interestingly enough, for now. Once we the Zoma Gods come out, it could be a little bit of a different story, but it's actually kind of nice because we get a good separation of the reinforced balloons from the big balloons. We still have to pop the Zoma God layer, so let's make sure we try to do that as fast as possible before the graveyard runs out. Got it on strong, back to first now, so we don't pop all the BFBs at once, and that actually looks pretty good. I think that should be a flow. A good flow. Holy crap. A real flow. A realistic flow of awesomeness. It's not over, not over. Oh no, too many balloons, too many balloons, too many balloons! Dang! That was really close, though. I think with a tiny bit of micro, we should be okay. This time around, we were aiming the Zoma Gods with the Sun Avatar for most of the time. We're going to swap it back to first so we keep some separation, if possible. Dang. Okay, we didn't want all the Zoma Gods to pop. But it is what it is. See if it'll pull it off this time. It looks a lot better, at the very least. A lot more separation. Not getting that much graveyard, but good enough. Actually, no. 3,000. And it looks like 105. Still want that 3,000 graveyard if possible. 106. We freaking did it! Woo! Alright, now it's DDT popping time. I don't know if I can micro anything at all, but I can help kill DDTs here, which is good news. And that is going to get us to... No way. No, no, no! Oh! It got us to the money, but it didn't get us to the poppage. I don't know how to fix that. Do I do it live? Do I just do it live? Sun Temple live? Let's try it. Sun Temple live action, live action. Boom. Wait, wait, wait. Do it, do it. Technically, we have gotten a Sun Temple on 2 tower chips. I want you to know that. Okay. We have not beaten 2 tower chips yet, but technically it has been gotten for 1 millisecond. Okay, we have to micro this pod a little bit. This is looking better. A lot more DDTs got popped this time around. There's like 3 left, but those do get taken down. Oh my god. Oh, can we beat the bad with a Sun Temple pod combo? I don't think so. Now that I think about it. This does, like, nothing. Oh, no. It does, like, nothing. And it doesn't have automatic cam detection either, so these DDTs are going to be a pain in the butt. But I needed the epic range for pretty much everything else. Let's see if we at least pop the layer here. This is how far off we are. The bad layer has not even popped. And we're out of range. We got 612,000 pops with our Sun Temple here. Oh, funnily enough, if you do not get the Sun Temple, you get more pops. 613,000. How absurd is that, dude? $108,000 upgrade got me less pops. Less pops. Okay, just out of curiosity, what happens if we sacrifice a Dart Monkey? Just a single Dart Monkey. It gets us even less pops. 612 again. Great. So believe it or not, we have $1,100 extra here that we could spend. And if we spent it and we still ended up in a 2 tower chimps, would it be cheating? Would it be cheating? No. Would it technically be a 2 tower chimps? Technically, according to the game, no. But would it be to us? Who's to say? Okay. So I figured, you know what? Let's spend that money. Let's spend the $1,100 that we have and see what happens to our temple. So I sacrificed over $1,000 worth of primary monkeys now. Okay. And I just want to see, how much better can we do? Can we possibly pop the bad now? Can we do enough damage to get more than 612k? Who knows? So the good news is we do get more pops. We're at over 612 now. Going into the 15s. Maybe we'll pop the bad layer. Even if we pop the bad layer, though, this guy's got to decammoize the DVTs, and then he's still got to pop them. And that, of course, cannot be microed through or done or anything. In fact, the bad layer doesn't even get popped still. Sun Temple, 2 Tower Chimps. Not like that. So we got so close to the Sun Temple 2TC, but we couldn't finish off the bad. And I don't know how we could possibly have done any better than that. I mean, obviously, the pod is not good against the bad, but it's the only tower that could get us that far, that could get us to round 99, beating round 99 with just a sad little sun avatar. Nothing else could come close. I mean, the only tower that could probably do anything close to that would be possibly Sada. And then Sada also isn't going to get the bad. So, I mean, that just leaves us in the dust. Anyways, this is our last possible run. We've got to do a Sada or something Super Mines combo. Creates gigantic exploding spiked mines that can wipe out almost anything. Now, just as a warning here, the entirety of the Sun Temple from start to finish costs $135,000, and the Super Mines upgrade itself costs $135,000. Add that on to the 10K, the 2K, the 600, and the 800, and you get a whopper of $150,000 on chimps mode. That is absurdity in a can. Now, I don't know if this is the right map, but it's the map that I'm going to try, and I'm only going to give it a couple shots before I, believe it or not, give up. Because I don't think that the 2 Tower Chimps Super Mines is possible. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it can be done. I don't think it's going to be done. But it doesn't mean we don't try. Sometimes we try and we can be surprised. I did not think I was going to get a temple in logs at all. I was pretty confident I wasn't going to win, but I didn't think I was going to get the temple at all. And we made it happen. To be honest, I'm confused about the cross path. So, here's the thing. If I get the fast production and even fast production, I would be more consistently good. I think it's the better option. But I have been surprised by the bottom path. The bottom path allows me to specifically aim the spikes where I want them. I can put it on smart, so it throws it at the balloons when we need to, throws it randomly in the back when I don't want to, put them on, like, close or last or strong or whatever. I don't remember the exact targeting of these things, but it's weird. You can actually try to position him instead of relying on luck. But it's a big burst at the beginning of the round, and then it slowly becomes worse and worse over time. So any of the longer rounds in the game, I'll be worse off. I think there's too many long rounds in the game that I'd end up losing on, so I think I am forced to go for this cross path, but I don't know 100% that is actually the correct option. I'm just like 99% sure. Alright, Spike Mines is up at round 41. Just keep in mind that that means we get nothing else until round 90. Nothing else until round 90 plus. I don't know exactly what round we'd afford it on. I'd guess probably like 90... What did we get the temple on? 98. Well, that was with the pod, though. I'm gonna guess like 92, 93, somewhere around there. 135 grand. Oh my god, 135,000. I never buy Super Mines, like, ever, and it's not because I don't like it or think it's bad, but just because $135,000, man. That's pricey. So far, so good. Around 55. It's really nothing, because we need another $107,000 right now. But so far so good. It's the first round we lost time without using any abilities, which is fine because we have abilities. Just go boop, boop, boop. But it shows our weakness at some point, and also shows the fact that we were able to save up 65,000. Now that's impressive. When you see 65,000 on the screen, you're like, dang, I can almost buy. I can literally buy the last upgrade for the mad 64.8. So, like, whoa, that's impressive. That's where we started this video with, was trying to get the mad on the screen. So, it shows the ridiculousness. The increase in difficulty for every $1,000 you have to add on here, let alone the tens of thousands of dollars we have to add on in here. And 77, we're getting closer in the back, but we're still alive. I just spent way too long trying to do the math on what half of 135 is. And I still haven't quite gotten there yet, but 60 is 120. 15 is 7.5, so 67.5 should be halfway there. So we just broke halfway there at round 77 or 8. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. No. It's actually a tough round. Okay, we're gonna have to start off with a sword jump, I believe. On first, we're gonna try to get it on this cross path here. Doing an okay job. It's actually regenning more, I think. It's actually not a good thing. I am just making everything turn into more balloons right now. Can I get my sword charge up in time? Maybe this will help, but maybe it won't, because there's still a lot of regens here. Okay, still alive for a few more seconds, but I gotta do another jump here in a second. Another jump, just do it. Jump over there, that's actually a perfect spot. That helps out a lot, gets rid of a lot of regen balloons. Still, they're gonna regen through it, though. And I think this could be the end for us. Round 79, what? I was kind of not expecting that. Yeah. Okay. Technically, we're still alive. Oof. Oh, dang. I am actually really close. It's got to be my, like, 10th try or something, which is stupid because I still don't know why I'm trying this. But it seems like if I just leave her on first for a pretty long time, eventually when the balloons start to get through this thing pretty close, I try to jump on them near the back, and that actually keeps them close enough to dying for quite a while to eventually use my sword charge, like this, and that should leave me maybe alive long enough to maybe jump on them again and do the exact same thing again, one last time. Maybe. That's the hope, at least. Might need to try a couple more times, but this is round 79, near the back, jump on them again, and all I gotta do is wait till these last regens come out. All the regens are done, so if this lasts long enough, we're good. Spike Mine's trying to hold on. Okay. That is gonna get us through the regens, but now I still get about the BFBs, so I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we're gonna swap this to strong and just see what happens. I think we're good now. Alright, this is still a little sketch. Had to do a couple jumps here. I think I'm just gonna sword charge this because I got round 80 coming up in here, so we're just gonna oh, dang. Come on. Jump it. Yes! Alright, we survived one more round. Okay, we still have an issue. Reinforced balloons are a big problem. I'm not sure whether to leave her on strong or first or whatever, but seemingly leaving her on strong is good enough, because when we jump on the BF... Ooh, that actually jumped on the reinforced BFDs right there. Which is kind of good for damaging the reinforced BFDs. Not good for pretty much anything else that's going on right now. Maybe I'll do it again. Sure, why not? It would have been better if they were right there, though. I think I'm going to have to use her sword charge pretty soon, but still, unbelievably, this thing's hanging on right now. For how long, though, I don't know. We're going to have to do it. Just go for it. It just doesn't do that much damage, man. It does, like, nothing. And the reinforced balloons just go and walk right freaking through, even if I leave them on first. Oh, there they go. I think this is about as good as I can get it, man. I gotta wait for this ability, though. Gotta jump on him first, then use this sword charge. And there's no pines back here. Oh my god, that was like as perfect as I could have done it, dude. So we've got a little bit of a thing going on here. I couldn't do it on the other map. I ended up recording a lot of this footage here. I had a lot of trouble on round 79. I had a bunch of trouble on 82 still, but we powered through it. We got through around 85, 86, and even powered through 87, 88. And even though these were really tough rounds, and I sometimes had to try them multiple times, we did end up pushing through them until we got to round 89, where I was stuck for a really long time. Eventually, we powered through it. We got through 90, 91, and now we're on 92. And this is where the fun starts. The fun. Round 92. Now, we got up to $120,000 saved. That's $15,000 away from what we need. Now, by the way, if you're hearing, like, the... That's me talking. That's my old recording. This is my new recording. Because my old recording got screwed up, so I couldn't use it. So we're making a new one of the super sped up footage. This is 40 times speed, by the way. So you haven't figured that out. For every second that you guys are watching, that's 40 seconds of me playing. So this was a good 45 minutes or so of me trying round 92 and failing and failing and failing, but feeling like I'm getting closer and closer and closer. And the thing is, if I beat round 92, I think we could have beat round 93, and I think if we pushed it, we probably could have gotten to round 94. And if we got to round 94, we just needed a few more $1,000, and round 94 is a big blue round that might have been possible to get it. So here I am in post-com, telling you guys all this stuff. We're going to jump back to live com for a second, and then back to post. This is my best run yet, but this is the hardest part. Popping the BFBs and the Zoma Gods, like, do you want to do it all at the same time, or do you want to try to spread it out? It's really difficult to know what the right answer is here, because you don't have a lot of time. So I think that you want to try to get as many of these guys in range of an enchanted whatever while they're on the straight line here, and then try to space out everything else after that. And that's about as good as I can get it. But I mean, I got a lot of spacing action here. But BFBs are going to get lined up with the ceramics at the same time, which is not good. I will get an ability back, maybe in time. I need this ability. I need this ability in time, otherwise it's donezoed. It was so close. If I had that ability, I might have been able to pull it off. Might. I was like a split second away. Holy crap, that was like my 30th try, though. I don't know how much more I can give this. So I got into a trance. I don't know what got into me, but it was like 1 o'clock in the morning at this point, and I kept thinking, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I finally figured this out, even though I'd fail about 5 out of, you know, maybe probably about 50% of the tries at first with just the Moabs. Eventually I got it down that I could beat the Moabs about 70% of the time. So I was actually getting runs where I was fighting the Zoma Gods, and I felt like I just needed to get it absolutely, stunningly perfect. And if I could get this perfect, I could beat it, and I could get that Super Mines to finally complete something that nobody has ever done in the history of Bloons Tower Defense. Unfortunately, that's where the good things end. I couldn't do it. I literally, 2 hours in a row, I just kept going. I could not get through round 92. I don't think that it's necessarily fully impossible, but it is going to be really tricky, and it would take probably multiple people trying multiple times. So after about 2 hours of this, just straight, I had to call it. For my own sanity, I had to call it and just say, I am done. I gotta give up on this run, guys. I'm sorry. So I had one other question. What about that Legend of the Night that we talked about earlier? Well, he's too expensive, right? I mean, he's $216,000. You can't even afford that on chimps mode, Chris. Why would that even be a thing that you would even remotely think about? Well, I feel like I've given everything else a good old try. Why would I not at least give this guy a good old try? So, unfortunately, on round 96, we're already losing here, so that's kind of a rough statement here, but it's not for lack of goodness, it's for lack of trying. I haven't really given it my all yet and used micro and soda and, like, strategy or anything like that. Kind of just threw him down here and let him do his thing, and he did great for quite a while. The crazy thing is, if you can you still 2-tower chimps, but gets around 120 or 130 by the Legend of the Night, claim that that is indeed a 2-tower chimps? I don't know. I would say that that's reasonable, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we can save up another $140,000, but you know what? Let's give it a good old try. I kind of like this position for him because he hits things mostly over here, and then randomly he turns around and hits the thing behind him. Clearly, we have a slight balloon issue, even with the Plasma Blast on this guy. Only good news is we can just warp around wherever we want to, kind of whenever we want to here. Soda is definitely losing out some steam. She was great up until about round 90 or so, and then she just, like, starts to suck for some reason. Like, she doesn't get any stronger anymore. She's kind of just stuck with what she is. Not saying she's worthless or anything like that, but she definitely loses a lot of that steam, that awesomeness, the Soda awesomeness for the rest of the game here. Either which way, we're going to get over $100,000 by the end of the game here, I think, which is kind of cool. But we still have to pop a bad, and then we have to go into free play and see, can we survive any of the rounds of free play, which I don't think we can. Especially not $116,000 worth of free play. All right, this one's going to go hopefully a smodge better. Smodge. Just a smodge. Jump on these balloons. It's actually kind of not a good thing. Didn't have the other ability. We finished it off around 100 with over $100,000 left over, which is cool. Wow, I thought Sada would have more pops, to be honest, but believe it or not, this guy had 1.8 million compared to Sada's only 239k. Wow. Oh no, we got purple bomb power. Okay, I kind of forgot about that. I was like, oh no, we're gonna lose 101? It'd be a terrible round to lose. Anyways, let's keep going for a little while, see if we can beat some of these big Oh my God rushes. Probably gonna be tricky. Again, money is kind of scarce at this point. We don't get a lot of it, but if I had to guess, I would say probably have to make it to about 120, 125 before we make enough money for the Legend of the Night. In addition, we can get more levels for Sada, so Sada will level up to level 20, which will make her more powerful, and hopefully allow us to get a little bit more popping power. So I have to somehow figure out how to pop all the Moabs, but not leave them on strong, and then use the enchanted blades to kill all these super ceramics on the inside, and that is very tricky. Very tricky. What's that gotten so far? Okay, I popped all the Moabs. It's the first time I've ever done that. Oh my gods now. This is a lot of frickin' balloons, dude. Oh my god. I mean, I don't even want to give this that many tries here. If this fails, I think it's just a donezo. But we do have some enchanted blades. We can take it a little slower than the reinforced Moabs, which is kind of nice. I could leave more Oh my gods on the screen if possible. I'm gonna have to shoot this up, move this guy. Oh yeah, there's no freaking way. All right, that was a good old try, I think. I even stopped on 103 for many tries just to see, and it was just too much. Technically, I could buy more Sada levels, but like, dude, that's just putting us way further away from what we need to do. And just knowing that we're over $100,000 away still just means like, no, just no. Don't even yell at me about that, okay? So where does that leave us? So here they are, the 8 most expensive towers in the game, not including the true sun god, obviously, which we're calling the Sun Temple today. The 8th most expensive tower is not only easy to 2-tower chimps, it is one of the best 2-tower chimps towers in the game, so that's awesome. The 7th most expensive tower should be really difficult to 2-tower chimps, ended up being easier than I expected. Kind of cool, actually. The 6th most expensive tower was fairly easy as well. He just ends up being powerful enough to get us through what we need. The 5th most expensive tower was a little bit tricky, and you need to probably use a hero to make it happen, but it is totally doable. The 4th most expensive tower in the game is also 2-tower chimpsable. Kind of ridiculous that you could 2-tower chimps with a flying fortress. And then the top 3 most expensive towers, we got so close with the Sun Temple getting to round 100, we just could not take down that bad balloon. I'd love to see a 2-tower chimps with the Sun Temple that doesn't involve cheating at the very beginning by getting a couple of $100 extra to get like Geraldo or something like that. That would be super cool to see. And then lastly, the Super Mines and the Legends of the Night. I don't think that the Super Mines is actually physically impossible. I would actually really like to see somebody try on round 92 just a million times. You know, run it through a task or something like that and see if it is possible to do the 2-tower chimps with Super Mines just by beating round 92, getting to 93 and 94, and I think it can be done, but it probably will be so difficult that we need 100 people to be attacking this thing for hours at a time just to get that one round to get beaten. I think that's cool. Try it, though. I kind of want to see it to be done. I'd love to see 2-tower chimps Super Mines be done, because it's insane. And lastly, the Legend of the Night, I don't think it can be done because it's just too expensive. You can't get another tower that's powerful enough, while also cheap enough, to get you through to the rest of the game to make it all happen. So, obviously I worked really hard on this video. If you guys would like appreciate the work, that would be great. You could do that by pressing the like button, you can do that by subscribing, and lastly, you can do that by using my creator support code. It's SJB, just click the settings, click the creator support, and type in SJB at the end. I really appreciate it, guys, and obviously have a super duper delicious day.